So yeah, let's start with the magical job quest one of the one for the magical range DPS. Power Forgotten. And Tsuga seeks an adventure with a penchant for the magical. Oh, hello. Did Brook ever send you to help recover our stolen treasure? Thank the heavens, and judging by your accoutrements you learned in the arcane arts, yes? If so, we need of your power and wisdom. Truth be told, it is wisdom that we require most. You see, even though the treasure has been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its nature. In ages past, the forests of our homeland were plagued with terrible beasts, a constant source of fear and danger. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure, known as the Purge of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters from the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure, and enshrined it within the village. As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear. Yet as our struggles faded into memory, the stories surrounding the Purge of the Apex became a legend, and then myth. Now, none living are certain of its true power. Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain wheeled his way into a trust, then stole upon my husband, the treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unaware with a terrible blow that left him unconscious. He has yet to awaken, so my daughter, Tepeke, has set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts, and chose the path of the sword. That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks. Should the ancient power be unleashed, please, if you can find it in your heart to help Tepeke, I would be forever grateful. If there's mystic artifact involved, count me in. Oh, thank you, thank you. Now our only clue to the thief's whereabouts is from something he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called Rats at Hand. That is where Tepeke decided to begin her search, so she boarded a ferry bound there. By way of Limsalominsa, with her trusted sword and shield close at hand. That's how you'll know her. She agreed to stay in Rats at Hand to gather information until I arrived. I know nothing of the place, but it's likely she can be found in a marketplace or some such. Please bring our treasure and my daughter safely home. Bam-ba-dam. Urasadan. There, Turali swordswoman. Oh, are you looking for me? Whatsoever for? Video. And you say my mother sent you. I take it she's already explained the details, such as how we know next to nothing of the treasure and its capabilities. We have only the legends passed down through our forebears to go on. They speak of the withdrawal of an owl that once terrorized the forests, whose soul is sealed within the birds of the apex. The tales have only become more vague as the mists of time obscure the treasure's origin. Even our village's eldest remembers naught but an ominous warning uttered by those who once wielded its magics. Master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. It's clear that despite owning their safety to Apex's power, our forebears viewed it as something to be feared. It must be truly immense. Now, onto the matter on the thief. Even during our brief acquaintance, he made plain his desire to bring change to Ratchet Hand. Naturally, I've started my search here and have been seeking anyone who expressed a dissatisfaction with the status quo. Sure enough, I soon heard stories of a recent arrival, a self-styled savior of Ratchet Hand who proclaimed that he will lead the city to greatness and calls himself the Justicar. Or Justiciar. He's apparently taken on the burden of personally exterminating the beast which infests Thavnair's wilds. He made a great show of claiming he alone is equal to the task. While he certainly draws a crowd with his boasting, they only watch with morbid curiosity as he sets off into the jungles alone. I realize this could have nothing to do with our problem, but even the smallest lead must be pursued. I've heard he often gives his speeches at the region's smaller settlements. So, shall we go to see this Justiciar for ourselves? It's decided. I heard Yetlimacht would be a good place to start. Hopefully there we can find our next crumb of clue. Let's see. Oh, Huron boy. You're looking for the Justiciar too? One of the soldiers just went after him. Oh, Video, we're in luck. This boy saw the very man we seek. It seems he gave the same grand speech about saving the people, claiming that danger lurked nearby before venturing forth to combat it alone. Yet the Radiant host could not well stand idle if there truly were beasts afoot. So one of them followed him. All we need to do is pick up their trail. He ran towards the shroud, but you might be able to spot him from Katjaya's footsteps. You can see the whole forest from there. Thanks, you've been very helpful. So, Firio, let's head there and see what we can see. Bum, bada, bum. Oh, there. Also, I really like the chest piece that she has. I don't remember where you can get that, but it is in the game. Oh, now then, let us begin our search. Since I've never actually seen the Justiciar, I should suggest we find the Radiant Host Soldier first. They do all wear similar armor after all. That's the same that I just read. Search your surroundings for the Radiant. Da 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 da. Ba ba da ba. Monkey. Whatever that is, it isn't moving anymore. Could it be one of the beings the Justiciar is after? There's the Radiant Host. Let's see if there's... nothing else. That must be him, but what happened? We'd better get down there quickly. Oh, not to worry, video. He's unconscious, but otherwise appears unharmed. What happened? We heard you came here in pursuit of the Justiciar. Do you remember anything? Yes, I eventually found him. He was confronting that fiend that now lies dead. At last the Justiciar graces Rajasthan. I shall bring unending peace to this beleaguered land. Oh, Justiciar, you are brave to follow in my path. You indeed possess the mettle to even consider the terrors which threaten our home, let alone stand against them. Yet, courageous though you may be, you are far too weak to fell a beast so mighty. Quit this place with your life, while you are yet able. I am of the Radiant Host. If I ran from such meager prey, I would become a laughingstock. How bold to look death in the eye without flinching. I doubt not your conviction to defend Ratchet Han, yet I believe it pales before mine. O Apex, bestow upon me your divine might. Do you not heed my call? I require your power more than ever. Is something supposed to happen? Why am I yet unworthy? Or mayhap there is a button I must press. This is not what I expected. Stand aside, I'll dispose of this pest. Just give me a moment, I cannot end it like this. I won't be made a fool. Come on, you moldy trinket, to work. Transform me into the hero of Ratchet Han. He branches that idol and became wreathed in a mysterious light. Then boulders started falling from the sky. And down they came, one after the other. That's when I must have been struck unconscious. I recall only faintly, but I think I heard the man mumbling quite excitedly, as if he had come upon a sudden revelation, or as if he was overtaken by madness. It seems he got away unscathed. Either he had an incredible stroke of luck, or whatever he was beseeching to actually answered. Then it is as I suspected, that this Justiciar is the self-same thief who stole the perch of the Apex. But no doubt he's long departed from here. First I'll escort this fellow back to the yearly mud and keep a close eye on him. Head wounds can have dreadful after effects. Done, 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 done. The soldier made his way to Ratchet Han to make a formal report, and what an odd report it will be. His account seemed to align with the legends of the treasure's powers. The wielder escaped unharmed and brought ruin to those around him. Could those falling rocks have been a freak accident? I'm not so sure. Huron boy, you won't believe it, he came back. Who came back? The Justiciar? Hello, Panda. I had no idea you started stream. Well, I mean... That's not my fault. And no, I'm not going to repeat the gaming show. I did watch a trailer though. It was the Showa American story. Oh yes, not long after you left. He said he beat up a monster that knocked out a Radiant, and he was laughing his head off. Did he really do that? Is he really stronger than the Radiants? I blame you, thus it's your problem. Nope. Also, who is Wanda? Well, it's you. Now. You are now Wanda. Not Panda, but Wanda. What will you say? Whatever he did, the quote-unquote monster was slain, I suppose. Hello, old Pam. Good day. Well, my mate can't stop talking about him. He wants to be just like the Justiciar. His mom and dad weren't happy about that, though. I advise you and your friend to look for a different role model, but we thank you for telling us what happened. Well, there is one less fiend skulking about, I suppose. He may have been simply testing the treasure's capabilities, and as far as we know, he is yet to use its power to evil ends. I find his motivations a mystery, to steal the perch of the Apex by force, only to come here to Thavnir and use it for good. It makes no sense. You've heard the tale of this passage of the Unbound, yes? Many have ventured to Tuliolal claiming to be their victims, yet here they would be saviors. If he had such noble goals, then why did he stoop to such devious deception? What could he be plotting? But that's neither here nor there. He stole from my people, and that misdeed can't be forgiven. The Purge of the Apex helped us win peace. By its might, our forebears built the foundation of the lives we now lead. Until recently it stood silent, a symbol of our pride as a people. It reminded us that we carved out a home within that inhospitable wilderness. Being trusted with its protection is a great honor. I was so proud of my father when the elders chose him. So proud to be his daughter. Yet since the day it was stolen, some of the other villagers made their disdain towards him only too clear. I couldn't bear it. And that's why I must get it back, to restore my village's pride and my father's reputation. There is still so much we don't know about the Justiciar, but we have to assume he's learned to wield the Apex's power. I can't say whether those falling rocks have anything to do with it, but I won't discount it outright. I'll continue looking into his whereabouts, while we still have so many questions. With both of us working together, we will find answers soon enough. Or Owain is your new name? That makes no sense, Panda. I mean Wanda. Fuck. Even I'm confused now. Oh, you confused yourself. Yep. Indeed, I did. True, it makes no sense. No, it was the name you gave me that made no sense. That confused me. Also, ads are starting soon, so let's wait and yap. I don't know what you're talking about, Wanda. I'll get the boring japping over during the ads, so then I'll subscribe and see the action. Yeah, I'm waiting the ads to start, rather than starting the quest right away. Bum. But yeah, I don't know about the gaming new stuff. Maybe I'm going to do it like once a week. Why aren't you a sexy cat or bunny girl? Isn't that the whole point of FF14? Nope. I've been playing this character for like what? About 10 years. And the only thing I have changed was the hairstyle in those 10 years. I mean, it's been mostly on and off, but still. 80 years. 80 years indeed. Come on, ads, start. Or I'm going to scam Bezos out of his money. Oh yeah. Did you guys hear about the Twitch CEO's like was it like browser history leak? There was a awfully lot of let's say like plus 18 content. Is it all Booba streamers? Well, those, and you know, then the other sites, the plus 18 sites, and their like search histories and so on. Those got leaked. Or like the CEOs. I don't know like how true it is, but you know, awfully many people are talking about it. So yeah. What is there was something else. But once again I forgot what it was. Oh well, whatever. Maybe I will remember. Maybe I will remember it later. Let's continue. A brand of justice. Depke wears a troubled expression. Oh, video. I'm afraid there have been some developments that are less than encouraging. News of the Justiciar's actions have spread throughout the city, and with each retelling his deeds become more valorous. The younger citizens in particular seems to view him as something of an idol. Despite the creatures he hunts posing no real danger, he would paint them as mighty beasts, in need of felling. Of course, the Radiant hosts are far too busy to trouble themselves pulling every pest that casts a sideway glance at the city's gates. Yet the Justiciar has twisted circumstances to his advantage. He proclaims to anyone who listens that the Radiant hosts shrink with terror before these beasts, and that he is the only one who can eradicate them. Though you might expect such claims to be dismissed as wild ramblings, it seems no few people have fallen for his ploy. The whispers of his exploits among the youth have practically grown into clamor. Yet we mustn't be discouraged, for his increasing fame only makes it easier for us to sniff out his trail. And where better to start than Rusted Hand? I'll see you there, Firia. What he does in his own time isn't my problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true, but like, it's the internet and people want to, you know, like, how would I say it, like overblow the thing. Might as well just stop yapping and start murdering this lady till the... No. I will yap as much as I want. And we are going to yap a lot. Well, given how large the city is, let's split up to cover more ground. I already have the destination in mind, the High Crucible. I hear the alchemists there can concoct all manner of tinctures and powders, including those which help in detecting traces of energies left behind by magics and enchanted tools. Fallen rocks have invariably marked locations where the Justiciar has performed one of his feats, and I believe the alchemical mixture can help us determine if their presence is the work of the treasure. I'm hardly an expert in such concoctions, though, so I'll seek advice at the High Crucible. While I'm doing that, I would ask that you go to the Hall of the Radiant Host and see if they have any new information on the Justiciar's whereabouts. Does that plan sound agreeable to you? Great. Now that we both have our tasks, let's get to them. I'll meet you back here once my business is done. Oh, this place. And while Oldham is in Seal's chair, may explain the Finnish lake names. No, there's no explaining. They are what they are. Preoccupied Radiant, I'm tired of hearing about this Justiciar. His popularity among the city's younglings is quickly becoming a cause of concern. Try as we might to refuse his claims that the Radiant hosts are allowing monstrous beasts to run amok unchecked. You know how young nines are. Impressionable and difficult to change once set. Explain. No, I will not. And even if I would want and try to explain, I don't know how to explain those names. We initially disregarded him as a boastful eccentric, but his alarming sway over the populace can no longer be ignored. We are at present considering whether to open a formal investigation into his activities. You and this ally of yours have done well in your search thus far. You even have a working theory about the falling stones. Quite impressive. Several of our number have encountered him during their patrols, only to lose sight of him under all hail of rocks. Such incidents have become all too frequent, and many in our ranks demand we act. For now, I'm afraid this is all the help I can offer. Please share what I told you with your companion, and together we may get unmasked the Justiciar. And take a unique course on the history of Finnish Lakes names? No. Boring as hell. At least for me. It's heartening to know that the Radiant hosts are taking this seriously. Thank you for speaking with them, Firio. I have good tidings as well. I explained the situation to the alchemist and they provided a powder that should help detect traces of magic in the surrounding environment. I say help, because the powder reacts only faintly on its own. To function properly, it requires the skills of one practiced in the arcane arts. Luckily, I have you. I committed the locations of all sightings of the Justiciars to memory, and the closest to us was at the perfumed rise. Let's hope this powder works as intended. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh, the Justiciar was sighted near here, and I didn't see any other conspicuous stones around, so I sprinkled the powder over this one. Now concentrate your focus or inner eye or whatever it is that the locus of your power, and see if you can detect any unnatural forces. It's a shining rock. So, were you able to detect anything? I knew you could do it, so because there are no crystals in the rock, the energy you detected must be the remnants of some kind of spell. Is that right? The tasty ones, Panda. And taking the story of the Radiant we rescued previously into account, we can conclude that Justiciar uses the treasure to call these stones down from the sky. At least we now have an inkling of its true nature. Even so, not every question has been answered. The Radiant told us that even as the Justiciar stood before the creature, he seemed to have trouble calling forth the Apex's power at first. Well, my father once said that the perch of the Apex is much like the wand he used to weave his magics. Of course, the main difference between them is the unique nature of the essence stored within the treasure. I know little of such arcane instruments, but you must be quite familiar with them. How do you use yours? I have a paintbrush. But yeah, channel ether into it. I see. Even with the right instrument, the spellcasting requires the use of specific techniques. The Justiciar seemed to lack any such expertise, so how did he tap into the treasure's power? I suppose the birds of the Apex possess some unique method of activation. When I spoke to the representatives of the other tribes about their treasures, no one mentioned special techniques being required, not that the relics should have much in common to begin with. You two, did you see an Ori girl pass through here by herself? I'm afraid not. What happened? Wait, I recognize you both. The hero of the final days and our recent visitor from Tural. Apologies for the imposition, but may I beg your assistance? It's all that Justiciar's fault. The girl said she was off to join that fool's crusade, and ran out of Yelimat before anyone could stop her. Her mother begged us to find her, but if she's following the Justiciar, she could be anywhere. You see, he's been sighted at locations scattered all over Thavnair. We can stand here looking at rocks while a girl is in danger, especially if the Justiciar is involved. We have to help. That'd be much appreciated. We're searching places where the Justiciar's been spotted before. So perhaps you could start where he hasn't been seen. Good idea. As far as I know, he hasn't been sighted at the northern shores. Come on, Fidia. What, man, why are you trying to make me become a terrorist? Or some such. Because I'm bored without my PC. That is hardly my fault. So that does not give you a reason to try to make me become a terrorist in this game. At least I think so. So promoting terrorism is all I've got left for entertainment in Minecraft. Oh, yes, I'm bored. Let's promote terrorism in-game. I don't see her anywhere. I hope she's safe. I know where she is. Now, how do I play this class again? Like that. Well, I heard fighting, so I came as fast as I could. It's good thing you arrived in time to save the girl. Thank you, mister. Thank you. I'm glad you're safe, but your mother must be worried sick. You shouldn't wander off like that, especially not to look for a trickster like the Justiciar. What? You mean he's a bad man? Yes, exactly. He stole an important treasure from my village, and now he's using it to make himself look brave. But he needs it to kill the monsters to protect us. That's no excuse for stealing. He might have fooled you younglings, but the Radiant hosts know what he's up to. But he said he saved us from the monsters. He's our hero. The Radiants said we shouldn't be scared, but we all know the Justiciar is the one who keeps us safe. We don't need the Radiants anymore. No hero can save the world alone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say bad things about the Radiants. They protected everyone in the final days. I guess I forgot how much they care about us. I'm sorry too, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that after all you've been through. You said that the Justiciar is a thief and a trickster, but I hope it's not true. He's my hero. And I'm going to nuke that hero out into orbit. Well, I'd best escort her back to Yetlimaht. I'll meet you there later video. No, Panda, I'm not going to kidnap any children. Not going to kidnap any kids. Do something with those items. The girl and her mother are reunited, and I think we can both give ourselves a pat on the back. They're on their way now to inform the raiding host that all is well. I would like to apologize for before. I let my emotions get the better of me and harangued with that poor girl, and she was hardly to blame for anything. I really should have been scolding myself. Video, there's something I neglected to tell you before. The man who now calls himself the Justiciar came to us in the guise of a worldly merchant. He was eager to ask about the Purge of the Apex and its history, and I was equally eager to tell him, not even considering what he might do with the information. I'm so proud of my father for being appointed as its guardian. I suppose I was trying to impress this stranger out of sheer vanity. That vanity led to my father being attacked and a treasure being stolen from under our noses. I have no choice but to make amends for my mistake and bring it back. Yet some are convinced that the Justiciar acts only to serve the greater good. I couldn't accept that he might not be as rotten as I thought, and lashed out at the wrong person. From now on, I can let my emotions cloud my judgment. I must remain calm and look at the facts for what they are. And the facts say that the Justiciar has done no harm to the people of Dawntrail. I mean, yet. Even so, the organization he serves, the Passage of the Unbound, is evil to its very core. If his actions at my village are not villainy, I don't know what is. The situation is fraught with contradictions. I still don't know what to think. And what about you, video? No, Panda. No. We are not going to turn into a serial killer just to lure out the evil guy. Well, even if he hasn't attacked anyone, his actions are stirring unrest. I agree. He speaks of justice and heroism with great bluster, yet there's something we are missing. Thank you, Video, for your wise words. I sometimes find it difficult to keep my heart from skewing my perspective, so I'm grateful that you're here to help me see clearly. So it seems our objective is unchanged. We track down the man who stole my people's sacred treasure, whatever his intentions may be. Unraveling them comes secondary to finding the man himself. I'll continue to pour my every effort into the search, so stop by from time to time, and I may have something new to share with you. Bum, ba-dum. Let's see. The seeds of popularity. Tepeke is eager to share new developments in the search for the Justiciar. Video, I hope you've been well since we last spoke. The Justiciar has been busy belling fiends all across Dawntrail, leaving a trail of witnesses behind in his wake. More than a few have reported seeing stars falling from the sky, which all but confirms our theory that the treasure is causing the phenomenon. The stories share one more peculiar commonality. It seems the pests he hunts have all been of the seedkin variety. Why he avoids beasts of flesh and blood is yet a mystery. It bears mentioning that each of these eyewitnesses' account came from people who were rescued by the Justiciar, who invariably appears just as these creatures attack. I don't know about that, Panda. But also, we have no idea if he has family. So, either we need to yap more to find his family and do the unmentionable things that you said. Everyone has family somewhere. Yeah, but what about the orphans? The orphans don't have family. Well, you know, technically. Distant family. Yeah, but what if he doesn't have anyone? That could be the case. What if he doesn't have that either? See? That's why we need to yap. And no, we are not going to default to blowing up the capital's government buildings. Also, ads are going to start. Ads. Hello, ads. Are you going to start or... do we need to start doing like tax evasion or... I guess Bezos doesn't want any money today. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Oh, nice. Bioware isn't going to release any more content on the whale card. Ads are over. In fact, the Justiciar has been there to save the day in every single instance of Seedkin-related mischief. Awfully suspicious, if you ask me. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Some among the Radiant hosts have suggested that the Justiciar is planning this assault somehow, so he alone can reap the glory from thwarting them. Or how do you say that? I agree, and I think this should be our next avenue of investigation. Many of these incidents occurred near the Giant Skull grounds, so we should start our search there. If we can find one of these monstrous plants before it finds hapless prey, we may be able to shed a light upon the Justiciar's methods. Time is of the essence, so let's leave at once. All the way there. Any moving bushes, slithering vines, and not here in any case. Did you all search the western path? Why don't you search the east? If you see something, don't strike to kill. Weaken it and then capture it with this rope. We'll learn much more from a live specimen. Oh, let's see, I see plenty of fauna roaming about, but the flora all seems to be of the rooted to the ground variety. Perhaps my hunch was incorrect. And you found one. In fact, this is exactly as an eyewitness described. Why don't you keep it for the time being and bring it to the great work, and I'll ask my acquaintance there to examine it with all haste. Sure, let's teleport. Teleport, teleport. Oh, this alchemist and I spoke briefly last time I was here. Give her the little sizzle you got, and we'll see what she makes of it. Mistress Tepeke told me what to expect. Well then, let's see the thing. Oh, I didn't expect it to be so diminutive. If Mistress Tepeke's intuition is correct, then I expect some interesting discoveries are in store. You brought me quite the fascinating specimen, indeed. I can say for certain that this creature's growth isn't natural in the slightest. Biologically, it's still but a sapling, as you can tell by its size, yet it is the result of a specific alchemical mixture which is used to spur the growth of seeds, and mycelium to an unnatural degree. The ancients have a side effect of making the creatures more aggressive, which explains why such a small specimen would so boldly attack beings larger than itself. Yet the solution requires ingredients most rare, and the most of procuring enough to synthesize it would be beyond the means of the most. So whoever is behind this, they are likely well healed. As for the creatures themselves, if they were all grown artificially, perhaps that explains why most of the incidents involved small seedkin. Rather than wait for them to mature naturally, the Justiciar must have accelerated their growth so that he could deploy huge numbers over a short span of time. In fact, his plan likely requires that they be small, weak foes in order to guarantee his victory. After all, the great Justiciar can hardly be expected to bear the blemish of defeat. With this new detail spotlight, it's almost certain he's staging these attacks on the common folk. Now we have a new perspective to guide our search. Perhaps we should return to Jedlimad. I hear the Justiciar is the talk of the village, and they doubtless have stories to share. A splendid idea, thank you. Your findings have brought us a step closer to unmasking that villain. Let's head to Jedlimad. The more accounts we have of the Justiciar, the better our chances of predicting his next move. Bum bum bum. Jedlimad. Here we come. Rest assured, the Radiant hosts are well aware of the Justiciar. Every day we receive more reports of him combating beasts in the surrounding wilderness. These encounters are never on well-traveled roads, it seems. They occur in remote regions that were scarcely patrolled, along routes that are only used by a small number of merchants and porters. We concluded that the Justiciar either has uncommon knowledge of the behavioral patterns of these creatures, or that he keeps close company with a merchant who travels those obscure paths. Enthused to you. Oh, you're hungry to learn more of the Justiciar. He's amazing. I was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of him on the road leading here, facing down a fearsome creature. I don't know how he did it, but he called down rocks from the sky to knock that thing flat. The Radiant hosts were away on patrol, so if he hadn't come to our rescue, the truth would march right into our homes. He shouted that he was the savior of Ratchet-Han and even waved at me. Oh, he looked so impressive with the sun shining behind him. That guy is a scam. Watchful man. Don't tell me you come chasing that half-baked savior. The younglings might be taken in by his honeyed words, but anyone with experience can see that he's nothing but a charlatan. And I have a story to prove it. A merchant I know took a tumble as he was transporting his goods. Not long after comes the Justiciar, looking chivalrous as you please in his shining armor. But did he offer a helping hand? No, he ran off with a nary a glance backwards. He may go on about slaying beasts, but a real hero would never ignore someone in need, even if they were just suffering from scraped knees and bruised ego. Like I said, here is a scam. Who the bloody hell are you? Video, do you have a moment? I'm having a little trouble here. I sought this merchant out because I was told he dealt with the alchemists in the Great Work. I thought he might know something about the Justiciar, but when I asked, he's been like this ever since. I apologize, I was just surprised that you would ask me about the madman. What connection could he possibly have with me? The fiends he fights are grown with rare alchemical materials, and we think he may be staging these encounters. Since you deal in such wares, I wondered if you might know how he came in their possession. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never spoken to that man. What now? I very much doubt that. Perhaps he'll be more receptive to questioning from you, Firia. He seemed to have intimate knowledge of trade routes and alchemy. Who thought him, I wonder? Come now, any merchant with a nose for profit has good relations with the alchemists. By your way of thinking, any one of us could be in league with Virasan. Virasan, you said. Who is that, may I ask? What did I... No, that's my name, I'd be fool to continue this charade any longer. My son, Virashan, is the one you know as a Justiciar. To be suddenly confronted with his litany of misdeeds, I quite lost my composure. You're his father. Then do you know how he came into possession of such rare materials and knowledge? He stole them from me, my most valuable materials and my precious maps. Yet I was the one who chose to hide that fact, and I bear the blame for the consequences. What can you tell us about him as a person? Virasan was obsessed with tales of legendary heroes, even from a young age. I paid a great deal of money to have him tutored in the art of the bow. He became quite skilled at it, in fact, but not quite skilled as his arrogance led him to believe. Due to this, or perhaps a lack of ambition, he never aspired to true greatness. Instead, he came to rely upon fanciful equipment and exotic potions rather than honing what skills he had. It pained me to see him fall into dissoluteness, but he would brook no counsel, so several years ago I gave him enough coin to support his lavish lifestyle and told him never to speak with me again. He didn't. Until but recently, when he darkened my doorstep once more. And that was when he stole your goods. Although I would have willingly given them if he had but asked, he was rambling almost incoherently, saying that his heroic deeds as the Justiciar had caught the eye of someone named Abiyahi, leader of the Passage of the Unbound, whoever they are. He claimed that under the guidance of his newfound allies he had obtained a great power enough to eclipse all heroes who have come before, and shall come after, as he put it. It seems he gives what money he still has to those people. To think that for all his fanciful words, he has only deigned to grasp at hollow glory, all that expense at Ratsat Han. There is no greater shame as a father. Given what we know of his shadowy group, the most likely aim to sow discontent through Visrahan's deeds. He may be so blinded by his own desire for adoration that he can't see whose hands are pulling his strings. You are saying that he's being used. If that's true, then I can no longer remain silent, despite what shame it may bring. I see now that sharing my story might be the only way to save my son. Indeed, I suggest you tell the Radiant Host at once. Of course, we'll be pouring our every effort into stopping him. Thank you for giving me direction. I didn't imagine our meeting would end this way. Truth be told, I'm not entirely unsympathetic towards Mirasan. I bask in my father's reflected glory while having none of my own to speak of. The glory Mirasan seeks is similarly false. I too shall visit the Radiant Host and have them spread word of the Justiciar's true nature. If the people are wise to his trickery, they will be far more likely to aid us. He'll soon learn that a legend built on lies is not match for true heroism. Oh, so much talking. Let's continue. Level 96, Floundering Flame. Epic appears pleased with the blow dealt to the Justiciar's credibility. Greetings video. Mirasan's father has been as good as his word, and has confessed the truth of his son's actions to whomever will listen. Even among the younglings, for fewer sing the Justiciar's praises, the tide is turning in our favor at last, and the Radiant Hosts are making ready to tighten the net. Speaking of which, they had curious news to share. They've been examining the stones left behind by the Justiciar and noticed a pattern. They were all varieties of rock commonly found near the site of each encounter. For instance, near the giant skull grounds, the Justiciar seems to have called down a hail of what else but giant skull. I have my own theories about that. This means... I have my own theories about what this means, but I'd like to hear your thoughts, video. It's safe to say the artifact doesn't create rocks from nothing. Indeed, the Urge of the Apex likely lifts whatever stone are nearby and brings them crashing down to earth. If our suspicions are correct, we're one step closer to unraveling its mysteries. But despite these favorable developments, the Justicier's popularity remains a problem. Even with the recent blow to his credibility, his most ardent followers still idolize him. In fact, I hear he's handing letters to the youth at Ratsahan, though their contents are closely guarded secret. All the more reason to investigate, don't you think? Once we get to Ratsahan, if I question people around the marketplace, could you cover the city's western quarter? That's where his younger followers tend to gather. After we've collected enough information, let's meet to share our findings. See you again in Ratsahan video. Ya pa 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 pa. Let's go. And there. And before we continue, I'm going to take a break. Ugh. So yeah. BRB. Ba-da-dum. I'm back, but ads are going so. Let's wait. Bum. I don't know why, but my AMD is the control thing is having issues. Maybe I need to do a full reinstall of that. But anyway, let's continue. Sulking you. Oh, the Justiciar gave me that invitation himself, only for some thief to snatch it right out of my hand. Huh? You believe in the Justiciar too? Well, I didn't have a chance to read the whole letter before it was stolen, but he's gathering his most devoted for a special audience. The bastard who stole my invitation is clearly up to no good. He even muttered something about getting revenge. But who could hate someone so noble? Well, I don't know about someone noble, but... Surely you... Oh, you're the one who's always following that Tepege around. I heard she's spreading rumors about the city's savior. I won't let her harm his reputation any more than she already has, so I've nothing to say to her lapdog. Hold on. I need to go and get that. I totally forgot about that thing. Oh, downcast you. Yeah, I know about the letters. Me and my friends didn't get one though. The grown-ups get angry if you talk about the Justiciar. But guess what? I heard Sasal talking about him over by Merit's Mayhain. He had a big grin on his face too. Doesn't that mean the Justiciar isn't a bad man like the grown-up says? The most useful clue points to the merchant shuttle having some connection to Virasan. He was last seen near Meridai's Mayhain. Where is Meridai's Mayhain? There. Ha 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 ha. It's true what they say. A fool and his skill are soon parted. Why if it isn't the one of the heroes of the final days? this isn't about that map I sold to your companion, is it? You'll find it. You'll find it points the way to the walls of Al-Sadal III, exactly as described. I may have employed a few creative methods to entice my customers, but what merchant doesn't? I see you are as unscrupulous as ever. No, a man can't fill his belly on virtue and honesty. Any road, something tells me that's not why you're here. You're after the justiciar. Your choice of quarry is unusual, to say the least. But perhaps I can help you along, eh? A young man came asking for a map to open the way to inside. I sold him every map I had, assuming him that the one he needed was among them. I suppose he found it, as I hear these letters that were handed out contain a copy of a map. I dare say that young fellow was the justiciar himself, and he's planning a clandestine meeting in the insider's canals. Mind you, it appears he has no shortage of enemies. No doubt they'll try to interfere. Thankfully, Ratsadhan isn't known for large-scale criminal organizations, but that hasn't kept the less scrupulous citizens from dirtying their hands when times are desperate. From what I hear, bandits seeking to rob trade caravans keep running into the justiciars during his fiend-felling exploits, causing their raids to end in failure. Like as not, they'll try to infiltrate his group of followers and settle the score. And that's where my knowledge of the matter ends. If you're wondering where the meeting place is, all I remember is the spot marked on the copied maps is somewhere in the shroud of the Samga. So does that answer your queries? Oh, there we go. Those in support of justice here didn't seem surprised when I told them of his misdeeds. But still, they were reluctant to betray him. In short, I've had no luck. What about you, Pirio? Oh, your investigative abilities never cease to amaze me. As for this gathering Virasan is planning, I expect it's some scheme to prop up his flagging popularity. Even so, many of his devotees or younglings ill-equipped to make the perilous journey to the meeting place. If they've any sense, rather than attempt to travel there directly, they'll stop at settlement along the way to rest and confirm the route. You said that the map led into the shroud of the Samga, yes? That means Palgastan is the closest settlement. I hear many took refuge there during the final days, and it's now a bustling town in its own right. The arrival of more people would hardly raise eyebrows, making it the perfect place to avoid unwanted attention while they make ready. We should head there before they leave on the final leg of their journey. Palgastan. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I was right, Video. Many of the youths are carrying pieces of parchment, and those must be the letters. Yet it seems my reputation has preceded me. Our suspected followers clearly avoid me whenever I try to approach them. Still, we can use this to our advantage. None of them would dare leave Palgastan's while there's risk I might follow after. I'll keep watch over their comings and goings, but we'll make sure to leave obvious blind spots. If one of the Justicier's followers attempts to escape the village, I need you to go after them. Now, find a vantage point that affords a good view while keeping you hidden. Once you started pursuing our unwitting target, I won't be far behind. No, Panda. That's impossible. Oh, not one of these. Follow the unmanned form a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed, or if you fall too far behind. Should you fail, return to the starting point to reattempt the objective. Oh. Oh, the portal should be nearby, and then I'll finally meet him. Well, you are the hero who saved us in the final days. What are you doing here? So you're working alongside that woman I saw at the village. I've heard about the rumors she's spreading, but I had no idea she'd enlisted your aid. The Justiciar saved me. You see, I was transporting goods for a local merchant who was too miserly to even hire a proper escort. A ferocious creature ambushed me, but my savior appeared from nowhere and saw the beast. I owe him my life. That's why I came here, to see if there's any truth to the rumors. But now I understand I'm in over my head. I'm going back home. Here, you can have the map. I trust you take the measure of the Justiciar, and to share the truth with us all. Apologies for watching over the shadows, but I was afraid my presence might have startled the lad. I was able to hear what he said, though, and his gratitude towards the Justiciar seemed genuine. I dare say the other followers feel similarly. Well, now that we have a map of our own, let's open the portal and confront Virazan. Virazan, here we come. What a sight. Did the treasure was this? Oh my, if it isn't the hero who saved Razathan, nay, the world itself. I never expected someone so wanted to attend my audience, but I am honored nonetheless. Enough of your games, Virazan. Stop this madness at once. After giving you such a warm welcome, these are the thanks I get. While it is true that I was once known by that name, it was merely a guise I wore until I discovered my true self. So long as I am the masked hero Razathan, I shall not suffer any to call me Virazan. But that is your name, isn't it? The game is up, and we've exposed your true identity. It would seem the Justiciar's meager alter ego has been brought to light, but will he shrink once more into the shadows of mundane obscurity, or embark on the next chapter of his legend? Very well, my name shall ring throughout Razathan. Let it be known that the Justiciar is Virazan, and Virazan is the Justiciar. What are you saying? You unleash the purge of the Apex upon your own followers. You know its name? Wait, I remember you. I remember you. The girl from Saktural, yes? Your village's artifact is not discriminating in its wrath. Some among my followers harbored wicked intentions, and it brought sorrow unto my enemies. The true of heart caught in the aftermath were merely unfortunate. But they believed in you, even though you tricked them. What kind of hero are you? You too would oppose me. I had thought that as fellow saviors we might find some common ground. Yet it would seem we are destined to walk different paths. Because you are no hero. Now faced with unknown peril, a great terror rages within me. However, here is not where we shall match wits. No, a more fitting battleground is in order. We will meet again, soon. You have my word. Ah, shut up. Ka. She actually hit him. So, can you tell us what happened here? Harrowed girl. He gathered us all around and made a grand speech, claimed he was the hero that would drive back the flood of fiends threatening Dawntrail. Then he spoke of his anger at the recent rumors. He told us to go forth and repair his damaged reputation, so that the people would love him again. He became quite impassionate, in fact. As for us two, we were here to teach him a lesson, biding our time until his back was turned, but we wouldn't stomach his self-righteous drivel any longer. He acts like he's a god come to grace Dawntrail, but most people have grown wise to his tricks, including the Radiant host. We stepped forward and told him as much, then demanded that he admit he's been pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. That's when he started waving that thing about. We soon learned that the rumors of its power were true, and rocks started falling down around us. Even us true believers were not spared. There was nowhere to run. The Justiciar said that such power cannot be fettered, and that sacrifices are unavoidable. And all the while, he was laughing. We pleaded him for mercy, but that just made him angrier. He flourished the object again, and yet more rocks assailed us. It was horrible. Stones big and small raining down endlessly, until you two appeared, that is. Thank you for telling us what happened. I only wish we could have arrived sooner. Now, just to set things straight, it was you two that brandished your weapons first, yes? Well, I won't deny that, but we were only trying to bring the truth of his misdeeds to light, though we might have some personal scores to settle on top of that. Before I left Palgastand, I asked the Radiant host there to look out for anyone returning from the wilderness. I suggest you head there and seek their aid. While you're there, share with them what you just told us. And as for the pair of you, don't even think about running away, or you'll have us to deal with. Everyone has returned to the care of the Radiant host. As for those ruffians who meant to attack Virasan, it seems they had a history of violence for which they may soon answer. Several among Visaran's followers were dealt serious wounds, but we can be grateful that none lost their lives. It's exactly as the old saying describes. The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. The part about sorrow certainly seems true, at least. But we can excuse me. We can but hope that Virasan's spells over the people will be broken at last. When word of what transpired here becomes common knowledge, let that buoy our spirits as we return to Yerlimad. Back to Yerlimad we go. Well, that was certainly an ordeal. Although Virasan's got away, we can look back upon what transpired to plan our next course of action. It appears that the treasure takes rocks from the surrounding environment and makes them rain down upon the wielder's surroundings. However, the power seems to be somewhat haphazard. While Virasan himself wasn't struck, the boulders assailed friend and foe alike. Something else has been nagging at me as well. The stones we saw in the canals seemed quite a bit larger than the others. I don't know what to make of it, but I will give it some thought. We still don't know exactly how he controls the Apex's abilities either. We must focus on these mysteries as we continue our investigation. As for Virasan himself, he was just as his father said, wasn't he? His so-called heroism is an empty charade, like a child playing at being a hero from their storybooks. He seems motivated by a vain desire to gain the love of the people, yet he cares nothing for their well-being. He'll learn his lesson soon enough, though. None will sing his praise afterward of what happened at Usnar's spreads. Even he must know this. I worry that his desperation will drive him to worse misdeeds. If the treasure is used with reckless abandon, it could cause untold harm. I must discuss this with the Radiant host, and together we might be able to capture Virasan before he attempts anything drastic. Stand by for now, video. I'll be in touch the moment I have something to share. Couple more quests. Also, ad break is going to start, so we wait. Let me guess. Yeah, there's no bell around, so let me visit rats at hand. And ad started. Let's see. Bum. And back we go, science there. That's all over already. Behind the helm, Tepika wishes to share the contents of her recent delivery with you. It seems Virazan has been laying low since our last encounter. I'm sad to say, however, that my investigations have uncovered a little. But still, there's a cause to celebrate, for I'd received a letter from my mother with good tidings. My father has finally awakened after the grievous wound dealt to him by Virazan. He's well enough to travel to Tuliyollal, in fact, and may have already arrived. Of course, I'd love nothing more than go to him, but I pledge not to return until I had the purge of the Apex in hand. Besides, I'm soon to depart with Radiant Host to try and sniff out Virazan's whereabouts before he acts out of desperation. And that's why I ask that you go in my stead. As the treasure's guardian, no one living is more knowledgeable about its history than he. If you share with him all that's transpired since we began our search, he may be able to point out something that we missed. I know it's a lot to ask, Video, but the safety of Davnir depends on it. And please give my family my regards. My mother should be able to tell you where in Tuliyollal my father is staying. Once you finished, let us meet in the Athered Plaza in Rajasthan to share what we've learned. Let's see. Oh, if it isn't video, but I don't see Tepika with you. Did you come alone? Blah 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 blah. I'm glad to hear my letter arrived safely, and that Tepika seems to be as tenacious as ever in her search. Her father, Netse, has already arrived here in Tuliyollal, but has barely stayed in one place since. He seemed desperate to help Tepika from a distance in whatever way he can. He told me he was traveling to the Puarionan plain in search of information he assured me was quite vital. If you wish to speak with him, he'll doubtless be in the area. Where is Puarionan plain? Ah. In Shaluani. The wild west of F14. Talking about Wild West, I really want to play Red Dead Redemption 1. But it will have to wait. Why are you getting your ass kicked over here? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Netze, thank you, traveler. I overextended myself. I but recently recovered from a severe injury and was a fool to confront such a beast alone. So, you're the video I've heard so much about. I owe you many thanks for all you've done to recover the birds of the apex. News of your progress in Thamner is most heartening. Despite my position as its guardian, I never knew it could rain down stones from the heavens. Since arriving in Tuliolal, I've done what I can to shed light upon the Tural withdrawal sealed within the treasure. After the nations of Tural were unified, some left our village to build new homes in the city. I sought them out to see if they know anything of use. Unfortunately, none could offer insight into the treasure's magics, but one of them told me that owls lurked around this place. And since the Tural withdrawal seal within the perch of the apex was once an owl, it seemed logical to pursue such a quarry. I thought perhaps I could glean something about the ancient beasts from their behavior, like as not some fundamental aspects remain the same even after transformation. But having heard your account, there is one fundamental difference that stands out. As far as I'm aware, no owl native to these lands possesses the ability to hurl rocks, large or otherwise. No doubt the Tural withdrawal gained this power following its metamorphosis. I do believe, however, that it would retain an owl's core instincts, that one you fought didn't strike unprovoked. Instead, it watched me from afar with fear in its eyes. While this is normal behavior for most animals, I was surprised by how suddenly it descended upon me the moment I started approaching. It sensed danger and attacked preemptively. I had the same thought. The owl sensed a threat and chose to confront it rather than run from it. And this same impulse may have driven the Tural withdrawal. Indeed, that correlates with something I heard from one of my countrymen who had relocated to Tuliolal. He spoke of continuation to the tales passed down from the elders. No hunter's arrow could fell the apex. It was struck down in a storm of its own wrath, made wild by a heart affright, and thus was it sealed away at last. Now, judging from the owl's behavior, I can theorize that the treasure is activated when its bearer is sensed danger. And according to the story, this power can easily get out of hand if its bearer is panicked. Of course, this theory must be tested first. Hirazan will certainly use the Purse of Apex again. When he does, I ask that you and Tepeke pay special attention to the circumstances leading to its activation. Now, you may have my thanks. Loath though I am to admit, I've yet to recover from my long convalescence. and I would only be burden to you. I wish I could aid my daughter another way, but you more than make up for my absence. Also, I like his gear. Please lend her every bit of knowledge you have, Virya. I pray that my daughter will soon return home, treasure in hand. Pray return to Tepke, then give her my regards. I only hope an old man's wild theory can help you in your quest. Back to Ratsatan. And soon we will fight the Virasan. Video, you came just in time. Virasan has shown his face in Ratsatan. You can tell me about your journey to Turiola later. For now, come with me. Oh hey look, it's the idiot. Hahaha, are you surprised? Thanks to the sage counsel of fellow hero, I have decided to doff my mask. Although my face may be unfamiliar, I believe you know who I am. I was once the Justiciar, but now you may call me Virazan. I am Thavne's protector, its savior, its hero. You may have heard salacious rumors that I have orchestrated the very attacks which I so valiantly drive back. That I was behind the catastrophe at the Unsar canals. I am here to assure you that those are false aspirations all, cast by those who are envious of their betters. I give my life for this fair city and its people, and would give more still if I could. What should we do? It might be best to lock him up before it gets out of hand. Wait, we don't want him raining down rocks with all these bystanders around. For now, keep a careful eye on him. All I ask for you is your respect, your adoration. A dream held by all, but realization only by the few. And I would be one of those few. I have proven myself worthy of being your savior, and now, with an entire city watching with bated breath, I shall declare my intent to reach even higher. Yes, for I can protect you all the better as your ruler. I shall retire the mantle of hero and take up the crown as the king of Ratsatan. The bastard's gone mad. I will power unassailable. With me on your throne, you would never again have cause to fear. All would live in peace. All would shower with me love. They would shout it to the heavens, and from that love would spring a new Rats at hand. A greater Rats at hand. He is delusional. Enough of your lies, Virasan. The power you wield protects none but yourself. To everyone else it brings only ruin. Of course, the road to greatness is ever paved with necessary sacrifices. Yet, so long as your ruler lives, Ratsatan shall know naught but prosperity. You think you're better than Master Virtra. He bore this city and its people on his back while you look fit to collapse under the weight of your own armor. You're no leader, you're a damn joke. Does this man speak for you all? Is there not one among you who would follow me into a brighter future? But I'm nothing if not magnanimous. Until you find the wisdom to accept me as ruler, I shall continue to stand vigilant as your eternal shield. Virazan's father. Stop this, Virazan. You're only making it worse for yourself. Can you see you become a laughingstock? Give up this facade and answer your sins. Do so now, and the Radiant Host may yet grant you mercy. My sins? Are you not the one poisoning the people against me? Do your worst, I dare you. It will only make me more powerful. I know not what is in your heart, but please end this madness. End it and return to me, my son. Don't get any closer. You too, why are you... What? If we fight here, there's no telling how many innocents will be wounded. Pathetic as ever. I tire of this farce. I have declared my intent to become King of Ratchatan. As for you two, this is no place for battle between heroes. We shall meet again, mark my words. And then we shall decide who is the mightier. It is I. Oh, we can't risk a confrontation in the city. Sigh. You're right, of course. As much as I hate to see Virazan walk free, we've yet to ascertain the extent of his power. For now, we must bide our time. I noticed that despite all his proclaimed love for its people, he didn't even look back at them as he retreated. Perhaps he couldn't bear to look them in the eyes. Or one of them, at least. I've just had a thought. We should speak with Virazan's father, Virio. That was a disaster. Virazan is truly lost, at the very least. He's committed himself to fomenting unrest within the Ratchatan. Although he's my son, I cannot condone his actions. His words are grand but empty, and that ridiculous armor is nothing more than a gaudy decoration. He is truly the embodiment of false heroism. What's more, this latest debacle was surely made him a criminal in the eyes of the Radiant host. All I can now do is beg them to grant my son some small degree of clemency. Now before you go, may I ask you something? After Virasan called down the rock, did you see his expression? I thought it peculiar, but I'm curious as to what his father saw in that face. It was a familiar look. When I used to scold him for losing himself in make-believe, he would get that same cast in his eyes. A look of petulant rage as he resented me for pulling him out of his reverie and into harsh reality. He hasn't changed. Apologies, but I must go. Bum bum bum. Just as I thought. Even clad in his shining armor, he can't bear to be told no. And now his childish games have taken a malevolent turn. But for now, we should return to Jedlimad. I still have yet to hear what you learned in Tuliolla, after all. Why do we need to go back to there? Why can't we just talk here? I don't understand. Understand, do I not? Where are you? There. And now that we have some room to breathe, I'd like to hear about your journey to Tural. Did my father have anything to share? I'm heartened to know he's well enough to go chasing after owls and such, though I wish he'd take more care. Thank you for saving him and for bringing me his theory concerning the treasure. If it really is triggered by a sense of impending danger, that might explain why Virasan had trouble using it the first time. He wasn't truly afraid of that small fungi until it was almost upon him. It also explains how he can wield the Apex's power despite having no training in magics. It responds to emotion, not intent. So much is falling into place. He goaded the Radiants into apprehending him because he knew that the threat would be answered. You saw how nonchalantly he quit that plaza, almost as if defying someone to stop him. Virasan truly believes himself to be untouchable. I think his words and deeds align with the theory well enough, as for that curious fragment of a story. It seems to imply that the Tural Vitral lost control in a panic. Perhaps its strength grows in proportion to the danger it senses. And when the danger is too great, well, you saw what happened at the Usnar canals and at Rajathan. You were present both times, as were others who wished Virasan ill. And both times we saw stones much larger than we've seen before. Now I understand why he is so eager to face you. An opponent of your caliber will strike fear into Virasan's red core. That fear will summon a power greater than any he's ever known, power enough to bring a hero to his knees. Or so he thinks, but we know better. We'll use that arrogance to our advantage and bring him crashing down to the earth. Although we may have to contend with falling rocks for a time, in a straight fight he'll be outmatched. So we strike fast and we strike hard, until that fancy armor is nothing more than mangled steel. Although you may prefer to put your foes to sleep and whatnot, we know he has an arsenal of alchemical concoctions at his disposal. That's why I suggest a bit of good old-fashioned brute force. While you unleash your most fearsome and destructive spells, I'll be your shield. Don't even think of holding back. I look forward to fighting by your side. Now we simply have to find a suitable arena. I shall consult the Radiant host with the location. Once that's decided, we'll confront Virasan for the final time. Going to use my painting magics to do something. Let's see. That's all starting soon. So we need to wait. I might as well take a small break and use the bathroom. So yeah, BRB. are back. We are back and ads are over. So let's do the final quest. Heroes and Pretenders. Tepeke is ready to tear down a false hero. You'll be pleased to know the Radiant hosts were most helpful in finding a place fit for a duel. When I saw it, I even began to believe our encounter would be one for the songs. Have we found the Justiciar yet? Justiciar? Yes. We are going to go and fight him now. Speaking of which, it seems your name is on the lips of all and sundry. The people already consider you the true savior of Ratzetan and believe you will bring Virazan, the deceitful, to justice. We apologize for putting so much weight on your shoulders, but something tells me you are used to it. The final showdown shall take place in the mountain pass leading to Kadga, where great crystals will stand as witness to its conclusion, suitably romantic and suitably isolated. The Radiant hosts have spread word throughout Davnair that a hero has arisen to challenge Virazan, and his bride will force him to answer. The entrance to the pass is at the Giant Skull grounds. Let's head there at once to await his arrival. Let's see. Let's teleport there and then fly to the place where we need to go. Which is that away. Ramul here has opened the way towards Kadga. I'm certain Virazan will arrive before long and then we'll wipe that arrogant grin off his face. But first we should check our gear and gird our loins for battle. Are you ready, Firia? My loins are ready. And there he is. Through the ragged peaks of Kadga, desolate winds blow over the field of battle. Oh, what a fitting location you have chosen for the conclusion of this legendary rivalry. Okay. I was right not to face you before. In environs unsuited to a struggle between titans, now that my patience has been rewarded, and my heart races in anticipation. I knew you would answer our challenge. You would never be able to stomach the people calling you a craven. Such boldness In the face of impending doom, have you not realized by now that so long as I wield the perch of the apex, I am invincible? We'll soon put that to the test. You rely too much upon stolen power. It dilutes you. You claim to be a savior of the people, but they have seen through your lies. Even your own father can scarcely bear to look at you. You're nothing but a small man hiding within the hollow facade of a hero. And today we tear that facade down. Will you now? You may have the medal, but have you puissance to claim the mantle of hero? My mantle. No, it's my mantle. I am the hero. Virasan the Deceiver. The time for words is past. Follow my lead. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. go. Oh, he's out cold. Now to take back the treasure. Mira-san, what? This can happen. A hero never falls. I must retreat. Yes, a tactical retreat. A noble retreat. So that the Justiciar may live to save another day. Huh? I suppose Apex wasn't finished yet. And it seems that Mira-san, in his cowardly haste, neglected to look skyward. Was it an unfortunate accident? Or fate delivering his just desserts. When do we get the virtual terrorism in Final Fantasy XIV expansion? Never. And never. He claimed to be Rat's savior, yet he sowed only discontent among its people. Perhaps someday, some days in a sunless gaol, will give him time to reflect upon the error of his ways. And now I finally recovered the purse of the Apex. Thank you for coming this far with me, video. Well, the battle was hard-fought, but we made it through. Mira-san is the responsibility of the Radiant host now. And now that I've done what I pledged to do, I must return home and bring the good tidings to my mother and father. Yet before doing so, there are many others I must thank. In the meantime, can I count on you to meet my family at Tuliolla for one final farewell? My parents will surely be glad to see you again. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Nets, why if it isn't video? I'm pleased to say I've quite recovered since last we met. Perhaps one day I'll have the chance to save you in return. Atsuhe, I didn't expect to see you in Tulial again so soon. Is Tepeke well? Yada yada yada. She really did it, and the man who stole our sacred treasure will answer for his deeds. Father, Mother, it's good to see you. I'm sure Fidus already told you what happened. I couldn't have retrieved our treasure without him. So we've heard. Yet Fido also told us your wits and bravery were essential to your success. On behalf of our whole village, I thank you for guiding Tepeke in her quest. Video. Now the perch of the apex must be returned and put under careful guard once again. The story of the Tural withdrawal demise proves that we are not meant to wield its power as our own. I'm sorry, Father, but I disagree. Once I return to the village, I want to tell everyone what happened in Thavnea. They need to know what the treasure is capable of, or else we risk forgetting once again. I won't deny that the Apex's power is dangerous. I saw it with my own eyes. What happens when it's wielded with abandon. During the course of our search, I also saw potential. If we fully understood how it worked, we could use it without risk to ourselves or other people. We could turn something we once feared to our advantage, instead of letting it become obscured in legend. I can see the reason in that. We must be ever ready for danger, even in times of peace. Should our safety be threatened, the treasure may grant us a means to protect ourselves. But can we be trusted to use it responsibly? Great power breeds great desire. Someone with the same ambitions as Virazan may rise again, perhaps from among our own. I dare say that once I regale them with the rise and fall of the Justiciar, they'll think twice before following in his misguided footsteps. As our forebears relied on the legend of Tural withdrawal, fate to forbid the treasure's use, we can rely on the story of Virazan's faith to Earth's caution. And this time we have someone who lived through it to tell the tale. Of course, I'm going to be guiding people in safe use of a potentially dangerous treasure. I see no choice but to inherit my father's position as its guardian. Some may raise their eyebrows at the prospect of loose-lipped Tepeke serving as the purse of the Apex's protector, but I've grown from my mistakes. And who better to tell the tale of Virazan's and Tepeke's failures? Your only mistake was in trusting Virazan, the same as I and many others, but unlike him, you have the willpower to overcome your own failings. Over the course of your long and arduous journey, you gained a wealth of experiences, and your efforts have finally been rewarded. You took responsibility for your actions, and by so doing proved your conviction to our people. They shall listen to this proposition with open minds, I am certain. Now we must say farewell. As much as it pains me to do so, I owe you a debt I could never hope to repay. Once I return to the village, I'll do my utmost to protect the treasure we worked so hard to retrieve. Until next we meet, May fortune smile upon you. Heroes and Pretenders. And that was the magical range DPS job quest line.